First glimpse inside Sheikh Hamdan's mind-blowing private falconry center in Dubai. Exclusive. The aircraft hangar-sized facility, which boasts a falcon hospital and control room, plays a key part in the Crown Prince's impressive competition wins as he walked into Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid's private falcon center just 15 kilometers inland from Jumeirah Beach. Visitors' attention is immediately drawn to the dozens of trophies on display. The success of the Dubai Crown Prince's falcon breeding and training program, it soon becomes clear, is not just a matter of chance. From a mission control center where birds are trained to hunt in giant hangar to the on-site hospital where vets are busy giving endoscopies to sedated raptors, this is an aviary on steroids. My mind is blown. Basically, I've never seen anything like it, said Sarah Fengman, superintendent of Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary and part of a group of U.S. wildlife experts giving an exclusively facility with the National. As one of the members of a U.S. delegation of wildlife and nature professionals currently visiting the UAE, Ms. Fengman has a special focus on what the Emirates and Americans can learn from each other in the field of coral restoration. Some humans would love to get the care these falcons get, she said. The Emiratis clearly have passion and commitment to these animals. It's fascinating. The Al Asifa Falcon Center has been operating for nearly 2 decades and has undergone constant restorations and improvements. Staff say it is now the #1 center of its kind. From one end to another, the huge hangar where the birds are trained are half a kilometer in length. Areas are separated by vast partitions which can be opened at the touch of an iPad, but the doors are not the only thing controlled remotely. Everything is here in my control, said Saif Al-Falasi, manager of Al Asifa Falcon Center, while brandishing his tablet. Conditions at the center can be varied to mimic a Russian winter, a milder European climate, and the UAE's warmer temperatures during the training process. All my work I do from the outside on cameras. We have everything we need to help them. The falcons reach a very good condition, Mr. Al-Falasi said. The center looks like something out of NASA mission control. Giant screen displays the 7 rooms where birds rest, while 8 other monitors beam back images from the hangar in which they train. Mr. Al-Falasi's iPad also controls the lights, allowing him to replicate sunrise and sunset, as well as bird and storm sounds that can also be played into the hangar. He can even change humidity levels and make it rain. Higher perches for the falcons spring out of the walls at the touch of a button. Simply a touch of a screen instructs a projector to beam shadows, replicating the falcon's prey onto the sandy floor. For a few weeks, Mr. Al-Falasi explains, the birds will attempt to catch the shadows like children playing a game. Later on, he added, they will ignore them, having learned to recognize shade. The process helps ensure the birds do not become distracted during races. On Wednesday, when the National toured the center, there were no falcons present as it is currently breeding season, but in June, hundreds will arrive for their hack, a training method designed to help the young reach their potential by teaching them to hunt independently. Progress of individual birds is closely monitored. I see everything and we write notes every day, Mr. Al-Falasi said. At the end of the hack, the best birds will be kept for racing and breeding, while others will be given away to other enthusiasts. The whole program is overseen by wildlife enthusiast Sheikh Hamdan, who Mr. Al-Falasi reveals is a hands-on boss. Sheikh Hamdan is very busy, but he loves to take time for horses, camels, and falcons. He said he follows what is going on very closely and gives us good ideas to make our place #1. This is his passion, and it is very important to him. He doesn't just build it and leave it. He comes and sees what he likes and thinks of more things to improve it. The reception to the center's on-site hospital looks like an upmarket doctor's surgery, with several pictures of Sheikh Hamdan along with some of his falcons hanging on the walls. Each bird has its own set of medical notes in an operating theater. 2 are given endoscopies carried out if there are signs that the falcon is amiss, and blood tests analyzed in the facility's own lab failed to diagnose the problem. A vet given the group of Americans a live commentary on the insides of anesthetized falcon suffering from an infection. There is also an X-ray center, single rooms for recovering birds, and on-site breeding facilities for Jumeirah, which the falcons hunt. It is wonderful to see the commitment that they have made to these birds and the very high level of care what these birds receive. Christopher Dold, Chief Zoological Officer at SeaWorld and another member of the delegation, said, culturally, it is really interesting to see the different level of animal care from the US. Certainly we have the falconry in the US, but not to this level and not with the same historic prestige. The most extraordinary thing is the level of care and attention these birds get.